Obviously, South Africa has had a number of mixed bags which are quite negative, from the slow growth quarter in, quarter out, and from the question of drought. Let me explain on the drought what we've been saying on that, is that it pushes the producer of food to borrow money to supplement the lack of rain. Now, you find that when you look at the prices of or the margins at the retail with the sale of food, you see that it's quite high. But you ask yourself, where did the consumer get so much money? You realize that the consumer has been buying on credit as well. So the seller has been putting, in terms of the production chain, credit to enhance production, and the buyer has been borrowing to enhance purchase. So in as much as there is a visible consumer confidence as far as retail, but the reality of it is that underneath it's all based on debt. Then again, you come on the question of hike, which you just saw recently, the 6.75 in terms of the repo rate. So you find that the central bank is going to lend at the banks at a much higher rate, and also the prime lending by the banks to the borrower of loans and so on is going to be lending at 10.25%. So you find that the cost of borrowing is very, very high for the ordinary consumer. Plus, being just a notch above the junk status, the cost of the country now itself is very high in terms of borrowing. So you mix all of those things with these two following factors. Number one, you've got a very high public wage bill, which is leveraged on government. And on the other hand, you've got a very huge debt that the government is servicing. So all of these things are weighing where, on the other hand, you are not having a spin-off industry. Rather, the industries, most of them are on the plummet and they are on the downslope. You have our economy, which is so dependent on exporting certain raw materials and commodities to China, which itself at this point in time has not been buying that much from us. So all of those factors contribute to this question of, one, inflation in terms of prices, and number two, bordering on recession. Now, the question is, what does the unemployed fellow does? You have people who are unemployed who are also unemployable because of the skills question. They don't have the skills to compete in this so-called knowledge economy. So you find that it makes the situation and the context for them quite very hard.